Good Thursday morning to you, meteorologist Travis Kleneski here as we start things off. It's a fairly quiet morning for the majority of us. The only exception is to the south of the Tri-City. Something not showing up on Futurecast. There are some scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms down in north central Kansas and very far southern Nebraska. So about Franklin to Red Cloud southward, eventually Superior here, southward. Some slowly eastward drifting showers and isolated thunderstorms this morning. Those will eventually give us or give way to sunshine as clouds eventually clear out through the day. Winds aren't going to be much of an issue. They'll become eventually more southwesterly, but won't be overly strong. A little breezy out west. Quiet night ahead of us tonight with mostly clear skies. Temperatures down into the 60s in some places out west, especially into the 50s again. Now tomorrow, we're going to crank up the heat a little bit more as temperatures push into the low and mid 90s. Could be close to record breaking in eastern Nebraska, in fact. And not only that, tomorrow we're also going to see southeasterly winds pick up, and that's going to draw in rich Gulf of Mexico moisture into the area. So we're talking about dew points climbing into the 60s, and some spots maybe even getting that dew point close to 70, which is, again, very muggy out there. That's going to be make it a little more uncomfortable. That wind around 10 to 20 miles per hour. Now, I want to point your attention towards Highway 83. And if you don't know where that is, look at Valentine, North Platte, McCook. Just east of there, you notice where the winds kind of converge. One side of it to the east, it's kind of a southerly wind. To the west of it, more of a westerly wind. That's a trough that's going to be making its way through, and then there's a cold front behind that in northwest Nebraska. That's all going to be interacting with that warm Gulf of Mexico air, that moist air. And now the big thing about tomorrow is there is going to be a very strong cap in the atmosphere, basically like a lid in the atmosphere, preventing thunderstorms from developing during the afternoon. But some forecast models have that lid basically opening up, that cap breaking and storms erupting by about 5 or 6 o'clock. Others may be holding off until later on towards 7 or 8 o'clock. But those storms are expected to develop. Now, your best chance of those firing is going to be up into northern Nebraska. Some models, though, do have storms firing closer to the Tri-Cities. So I think Valentine to North Platte eastward is your best chance. But farther south, closer to the Tri-Cities, there is a chance, even in the evening hours. Some forecast models, again, have been trending farther south with this best chance of showers and storms. Now, initially, and again, this model is not aggressive at all, so that's take it with a grain of salt there. I think there's going to be more storms than what you're seeing here. But initially, supercell thunderstorms are expected to fire. Now, there's not a lot of much of a tornado threat. The atmospheric conditions aren't quite right for tornadoes. Now, it's not out of the question we may see 1 or 2 spin-ups, but I think this is mostly going to be very large hail, again, with that large amount of instability. And once that cap breaks, storms are going to go high. And so I can see with all that updraft, that very strong lift in the atmosphere, I think the hailstones could be rather large in some spots, 2 inches in diameter or greater in spots, and some damaging wind gusts. Eventually, though, this will become more of a complex of showers and storms. Again, I think there's at least a chance in the evening hours, even though you're not seeing much on this model here. But this model wants to kick things up more after midnight tomorrow night. So there is a chance before midnight. There's still a decent chance after midnight, but again, timing is kind of the biggest question mark right now. But as those storms kind of merge into a complex of storms and push eastward, the hail threat goes down a little bit, but this is going to be more about damaging wind gusts. And we could be talking about very strong wind gusts over 70 miles per hour doing a lot of damage in some spots out there. So again, more favorable the farther north you go, but even a chance around the Tri-Cities area. Along with that, some periods of heavy rain. Now the question, so there could be some localized flash flooding. As we push closer to early Saturday morning around or just after sunrise, most of this rain is going to push off to the east. And we should see dry conditions for your Saturday. Strong northwesterly winds. It will be a little on the windy side, and that's going to be bringing in cooler temperatures. So while we'll see lots of sunshine, it won't be nearly as hot on Saturday. Highs upper 70s and lower 80s for your day on Saturday. But again, that breeze, it's going to be a little on the strong side out there, out of the north and the northwest. So again, the Storm Prediction Center, they have upgraded northern Nebraska to an enhanced risk of severe weather. I talked about this yesterday, that there was the possibility of an enhancement, and that's of an upgrade, and that's been the case here. So again, you get north of the Tri-Cities. That's our best bet for severe weather out there. Again, hail and wind, your primary threats, very low-end tornado threat, especially early on with those storms during the early evening hours. But even around the Tri-Cities and southward to about the Nebraska-Kansas border, there is the outside potential for some severe weather out there, even close to the Kansas border. Again, especially if those storms can fire a little farther south. Like I said, everything's trending a little farther south with a lot of the recent forecast models. And again, even down to the south, hail Very large hail, not just a little bit of hail, but very large hail, and some very strong damage and wind gusts not out of the question. So you definitely want to be ready to go. And this is mostly, again, after 5 o'clock, more than likely probably after 7 o'clock before you see things really get going. And it could be a rough night for some of you out there Friday night and very early Saturday morning. And then things go quiet again for Saturday. But today is quiet for the most part. Lots of sun up north, upper 80s, lower 90s. Out west, mainly sunny skies, a couple of early clouds. Upper 80s to right around 90 degrees. Again, some of those early showers and thunderstorms down in northern Kansas and extreme southern Nebraska giving way to sunshine later on. Upper 80s to lower 90s. And off towards the east, mostly looking at lower 90s. Wouldn't be surprised if somebody makes it to the mid 90s though. And again, some early clouds, sunny later. Maybe a stray shower, isolated thunderstorm around the Republic County, Kansas area there. Next 7 days, again, getting into tomorrow, hotter yet, a little more humid, breezy. And then by tomorrow evening, again, a decent chance of showers and thunderstorms. That chance continues through the first part of Saturday morning before sunrise. Otherwise, most of your Saturday, we're going to dry it out, bring back a return to sunshine, windy conditions out of the north and northwest, and cooler temperatures, upper 70s. I'm going to go with 79 for your Saturday. Lower 80s on Sunday, not as much wind, lots of sun, looks pretty good for the second half of the weekend. After a beautiful start, Sunday morning, 53. That sounds pretty darn nice. Start off in the low and mid 50s there. There is a slim chance of rain and thunderstorms after midnight Sunday night into the first half of the day of Monday. Not a great chance though, but can't rule it out. Not as good of a chance as what we have on Friday night. And Monday, maybe a degree or two warmer. We'll really start to crank up those temperatures a little more for Tuesday and Wednesday. It looks like beyond that, we may cool things back down and bring back better chances of rain and thunderstorms later on next week. So there you go. There's my long-winded forecast. Hope you all got everything you needed out of it. Otherwise, I'm going to be gone tomorrow. Tomorrow is my Memorial Day since I worked on Monday. I am off for your Friday and through the weekend here, but I'll still try to post things on social media. Otherwise, Jan will be filling in for me. You can follow her on Twitter or follow Tim on Facebook and Twitter, and he'll have all the latest, of course, not just online, but at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Tonight as well as tomorrow night, and I have a feeling he's going to be a little bit busy for Friday night as well. So anyway, I will see you all again on Monday morning. Until next time, have a great day, have a great weekend, and God bless.